this episode of Travelogue, wash away the old and splash in the new with the Dai people. Load your water guns because the gentle Dai show us their other side.
Welcome to Travelogue's Ethnic Minority Series. And today we are in Xishuangbanna, which is the home of the Dai people in Yunnan. It happens to be a very special day, the Dai New Year, the Water Splashing Festival. And you know, you're about to get wet, so come with me on this first episode, just the beginning. This means war.
The annual Water Splashing Festival is the most important holiday for the Dai people. It's celebrated on New Year's Day according to the Dai's own calendar, typically in the middle of April. Here, the Dai people see water as symbol of goodness, purity, and holiness. There's nothing like washing away the old and bringing in the new year.
I have an ultra shield now, which is going to keep me from getting wet. The ultra shield. This is how I'm spending the rest of my day.
Lucky for me, it's believed the wetter you get, the luckier you will be in the upcoming year. Along the roadsides, young and old armed with water guns and buckets drench each other in blessings. It was definitely my most unforgettable New Year's blessing. The Dai ethnic minority reside in the southern part of Yunnan province, mainly in the Xishuangbanna Dai Autonomous Prefecture. Xishuangbanna in the Dai language means 12 administrative areas. Here, the Dai are the most populous ethnic group. And essential to Dai culture is their religion of Buddhism. Here, there are many temples dotting the countryside, and it's common to see people in them, chanting the scriptures and celebrating their religious holidays, like Water Splashing Festival.
One of the important activities during the Water Splashing Festival is the parade, which is held in the city of Jinghong. And you see, this reflects the importance of Dai culture, as all these Dai lovely ladies walk along this line and the floats follow us behind. And although it seems like today's a little bit rainy, people are still excited and ready for the water splashing.
Now, if you're not a fan of getting soaked, attending the parade is a good option. I arrived just in time to see the beautiful ladies on the floats. Hi! Young and old come to strut their stuff, or simply to spread good wishes for the new year. And you see, the locals and visitors from all over the world also gather to take part in the festivities. What a colorful display of Dai traditional dances, instruments, and costumes. The traditional Dai clothes are mostly made of homespun cloth with intricate and beautiful patterns. The women's attire is typically tight and complements the figures of the Dai ladies, who mostly wrap their long hair in a bun and are well known for their soft beauty. Dressed brightly and colorfully, the people are definitely the highlight of the show. ancient times, dye textiles have been widely admired. The clever and skillful women make items for themselves and for their loved ones. In their work, they capture beautiful scenes from nature, their lives, and their religion. Their imagination does most of the work. From purses, scarves, and mats to clothing, it's these hands that so beautifully create such lovely items. And here in this small village, there's also a small clothing store.
Beautiful. It seems like the dye people are known not just for their natural beauty, but also for the beauty of their clothing. And shops like these, you can make your clothing. 您给我拿那件好吗？我试一下。这个蓝挺好看。Wow. This one is something that I think could suit me just well. The cloth is wrapped around like this. Well, it doesn't really fit, but how do I look? Like a dye person? Maybe I should try something else as well. So this one is the more mature look, the more professional look. All right. How do we look? I don't know about the shorts. Typically, something like this is worn with a skirt, the long dye skirts. Obviously, this is not my size. I could fit two in here. Who says I can't be a dye beauty? That's right. It's all about the outfit. 谢谢你啊。
有一个美丽的地方，阿罗，傣族人民在这里生长。阿罗，密密的寨子紧紧相连，那弯弯的江水呀，绿波荡漾。密密的寨子紧紧相连，那弯弯的江水呀，绿波荡漾。
In the afternoon, I decided to stroll to this small village. In a typical two-story bamboo house, I met a young dye lady.
你房子挺好的，是你们自己盖的吗？
我自己盖的。
啊，你叫什么名字啊？我叫依然。啊，你多大了
？Yuan told me she's just got married and is living with her husband and in-laws. She's a typical dye girl, leading a very busy life. Every morning, she works in the fields and then spends her afternoons busy around the house. She's been to the cities before, but actually prefers life here at home. Now, her family has opened a traditional dye restaurant and hotel for tourists to experience the local life. Many of her neighbors are also doing the same, since business is going very good. She took me to a place just a few minutes away. And yes, business is good indeed. People from all over the world have come here to enjoy a dye family feast. Yum, look at that delicious food. Well, wonder what all those dishes taste like?
Glad you could join me, and welcome to the feast. And you see here, the local dye cuisine is mostly composed of spicy and sour foods. Those are their favorites. And some of them I seem to not be able to recognize. I know this is fish over here, and this is some duck, and I don't know. I guess we'll have to try it out ourselves. Looks good.
什么？叫我叫你叫。哎呦，你有。哎，你健身课很多嘛？那你都7、8、9、10都会做4年了。There is nothing that makes a great dinner better than great dessert. And today we're going to try to make a Thai local dessert. The ingredients are right here, actually. This kind of looks like a bucket of cement, but it's actually made up of glutinous rice, of brown sugar, white sugar, and peanuts. And you see it's wrapped in a plantain leaf. I'm going to try to make one myself. Okay, so you take 2 plantain leaves, and you scoop some of this right in there. 这么高。在这倒进去。Okay. Well, which one looks better? So here we have our motel/hotel, and for a pretty cheap price, you can experience a night in the Thai house. Here you got everything you need. You have a pillow, you have a mattress, and you have this curtain for privacy. I think I'm gonna call it a night, so I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning. You might not know it, but Water Splashing Festival actually has its roots in religion, and people will go, pray, and make sacrifices during this time. Many Thai boys enter the village temple at age 7 or 8, where they dress in the burnt orange robes of the monks. And the teens, if they wish, they can retire from the monastic life.
It's early in the morning and the drums are already banging. Must be to welcome in the new year. And you see, there's all these Buddhist monks around me. What exactly are they doing? Check it out.
The Water Splashing Festival is also known as the Festival for Bathing the Buddha. The festival is associated with the Buddhist legend of the dragon sprinkling fragrant flowers on the Lord Buddha at his birth. The Thai people dress in their finest to celebrate this religious holiday. They attend ceremonies to pray in the temples and wipe the dust off the statues of Buddha. They belong to the southern sect of Buddhism, which was introduced into Yunnan from Myanmar in the 7th century. The southern Buddhists are in turn divided into 4 smaller sects. And here we have the final locations for the paraders. And here we can see that the importance of the monastery and of Buddhism and the role it plays in people's lives. Today, the highest-ranking monks chant prayers before the water and thus bless it. Hordes of devout Thai surround the water and pray along. Although not a Buddhist myself, I can still sense the climate of unity and spirituality. Afterwards, the water is allowed to pour towards the statue of the Buddha and to wash him. The water's been collected, and I made a few wishes for the coming year. You see, one of the most important religious ceremonies is the holy water ceremony. And this is when people bring water from their homes and bring it to the monastery. Here at the monastery, the monks read and chant the scriptures before that water, and the water thus becomes holy. After it becomes holy, people try to get the water back into their bottles again. And thus, they'll have happiness throughout their lives, throughout the year, their families, and for themselves. Well, yeah, let's try to get in touch with some water. Besides washing the Buddha, the festival is an occasion for families and friends to gather together. Everyone has something to do. The girls have some special activities of their own. They can test their luck by drawing slips of paper and looking at their fortunes.
这个都写的是什么东西？这写的都是我不会形容了啦。那每个人都不一样吗？不一样，都不一样。那你们求的都是什么呀？求的不知道。你求 ？Okay, they left me. Supposedly they are asking for marriage, and so they can find the proper husband. But I guess they're a little shy about this topic, so I'll have to talk to them in private.
The weather in Yunnan in April is perfect, and plenty of people come to the fair to celebrate the holiday and continue the merriment. I've decided to take a trip to the market to see what people are buying for the holidays. I've got food, games, and so on. What's going on here is called ganbai. There are all sorts of exotic foods here that you've never seen before. The old folk gather and talk about their hobbies and even their grandchildren, while maybe the young people catch up on the latest gossip. With so many people around, it's no wonder that a place like this is a hot dating spot.
So you see, this is how the Dai people bring in the new year, just like Spring Festival for the Han people. And you know, today there's so many people here and the sun is a bit strong. So I'm going to take a break. If you want to see this for yourself, you got to come here. Did you know that Yunnan has the greatest variety of ethnic minorities in any province in China? And just like that, this rainforest here has the greatest variety of biodiversity and plant species. You see, around me, there's many types of vegetation. There's small grasses, there's mid-sized plants, and taller trees. And they grow in different layers. And just like so, you can find many types of animals as well.
This layered forest is home to plenty of wildlife. Look at me! Look at me! See these cute little monkeys? Besides being adept tree climbers, they've also become Olympic swimmers. Layers and layers of vegetation, flowing water, and clean air make this place paradise. It's also the home of the peacock, a bird the Dai view as a symbol of beauty, kindness, and good fortune. Look, is he showing off for me? The dragon boat race is held on the Lancang River every year as well. People row in from the surrounding villages to take part in the ceremony.
water is displayed in this sport, the dragon boat race. And besides, you see the men participating, there's also women who are very strong contestants as well. Let's see how they do at the race.
The dragon boat race is held on the Lancang River every year as well. People row in from the surrounding villages to take part in the ceremony.
And you see, the Dai people's love for the water is displayed in this sport, the dragon boat race. And besides, you see the men participating, there's also women who are very strong contestants as well. Let's see how they do at the race. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. The dragon boat has begun. And look over there, this guy's coming in first. Look at him go, 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 go! In the white, and they're screaming and they're paddling. Oh! And we have a winner!
So many oars moving in unison. They really look like the legs of a long dragon racing through the water. And cheers for the winner. Don't forget the after party. It's nighttime and people are still by the Lancang River. With fireworks lighting up the sky in a zillion different colors, they send their blessings by the water. The bright hues of the water lamps light up the surface of the glistening water like tiny stars. Quietly and peacefully, they spread their wishes far and wide. It's here that you can write down your very own wishes. I think I'm going to make a New Year's resolution as well. But what will it be? Well, that's a secret. And you see this? This huge balloon is being released into the sky, called Kongming lanterns. They were the world's first hot air balloons, possibly, invented by military strategist Zhuge Liang.
Surrounded by the sound of firecrackers, the sight of fireworks, and the bright fire over here, I begin to think that the Dai people are just brightening up our world, just like the fire. And you know, they're just one of the many different ethnic minorities in China. So stick with us next time when we take a look at some of the others. I'm Yin, and see you next time on Travelogue.
On the next episode of Travelogue, sing, dance, and drink with the Yi, a people whose spirits are lit up by an inner fire.